Okay, so come back over to our lovely moon geometry here. I'm going to grab a delete. We could actually copy this one because it's the same. What I want to do is isolate those flat edges which we don't need. Just so these bits, and just connect that up. I think it should be in the same place. You know what? Oh yeah, there we go. And yeah, we need UVs on this geometry because we are going to be using a kind of grunge texture. So what I'm going to do is project the UVs onto the sphere, which we used earlier. So I'm going to copy that and then come down here. All right, and grab a UV project to project our UVs. Oops. And a UV quick shade to see the results. So obviously that's not good. We want to set this to polar and initialize that. And if you press spacebar and 5, you can see how your UVs are laid out. Okay, that's fine for our purposes. Not perfect, but it doesn't matter. You know, it's just for a kind of scratchy grunge kind of texture thing. Let's grab that delete for here as well. I'm going to transfer these across. Attribute transfer. So there's transfers attributes from one to another based on their position. Okay, so take this, we'll go here, and there's geometry to I can't read it. Geometry to transfer attributes from. Turn that on, and then we will need to just turn on vertices so that it copies the vertex information. There we go, and then we're seeing the texture that this is producing, but let's just turn that off. There we go. Now let's bring in the color from here. Let me save this, Control S. I'm going to drop a color initially. Okay, so I want to have some color on the geometry in general, because we're copying color from here. We'll use another attribute transfer, and then if there's no color for it to copy from, it's going to cause problems basically. So it's good to start with a base of just white and then copying new colors on top of that. So that's what we're doing. So another attribute transfer, and here we're going to be copying these colors across. We are copying the point colors, I think, and the conditions need to be, well, leave them up high at the moment. So you can see what's happening there, where, you know, we've got too much distance on this. I want these to be kind of localized to where the colors are coming from. So if we bring these values way down, even more. See, it's kind of close around the points now, but they're not matching up perfectly, and that's because our resolution is different, and the secondary spheres are based on the geometry from the first one, which is all changing, right? So we have to come to here and set this to our final resolution. Get rid of that multiplier. Okay, so now you can see everything's lining up correctly, but yeah, the colors kind of spread out too much. So I'm going to dial this in, bring it down a bit more. Okay, and now we've got these weird, funny, crispy edges, so let's give it some blur. There you have it, perfect. So, you know, it's a bit more obvious now, but in the render, it will be more subtle. Let's file cache this again, so I'll just copy that one. Okay, connect that in there, and change this to moon render, or whatever you like. Save that. Okay, and then drop a null, and that's our render ready to go out. Oops. Out render. Why can't I type out render? There we go. Great.